Welcome back to Love to Live in the Temecula Valley. I'm your host, Catherine Materiali. I'm a realtor here in the Temecula Valley, and I love that I get to help people move here, get connected, and find a home that fits their life. I would love to help you do that too. Today we're taking a shopping drive along Clinton Keith Road in Murrieta, focusing on the shopping centers located on both sides of the 215 freeway entrance. You'll see big destinations like Costco, Super Target, and Home Depot, along with lots of other shops and food options. People use this area if they live in Central Murrieta, West Murrieta, Wildomar, and Menifee, simply because it's so easy to access right off the freeway and has the draw of some major shops. I'll show you what's here and how this area fits into everyday life for a lot of people in the Temecula Valley. Before we get started, hit that like button and subscribe so you can get all of the updates we bring every week on the area. Okay, so we are going to head down Clinton Keith. We are facing towards the 215 right now. The 15 is behind us several minutes. And I'm going to, there's two chunks here on the left. And by the way, there's a CVS there on the right. I don't go drive into it because literally that's all that's in there is the CVS. And I'm pretty sure you're familiar. But we're going to turn left here, and then we're going to go into this first part of the orchard. There's more to it. There's, some big box places in there too, but we're going to come into the orchard. If you look at those red roof things there kind of past in that drone, that was the car wash. That was kind of, I'm about to turn left and pass. So we're going to come up and we're going to go in this first entrance and see this first portion where the Dollar Tree is and everything. And then I'll kind of take you around and end up at the end where the Super Target is. Funny fact, that was Daniel's very first job, was at that Super Target. He did all of the, I think they called it fulfillment, where, when you place an order, he's one of those kids with the carts and runs around and grabs all this stuff for you. So he loved it, by the way. It's a great place to work. So we're coming into the orchard, and on the right here is an urgent care, and it was a little trafficy when I drove through here, so forgive my weaving in and out, but I was trying to capture it so you guys could see. But you've got the urgent care, and then right next to it, you have the Dollar Tree, and that's all there is on that little section. And then right here at the stop sign, you can't see it because of the glare of the sun. Good old sunny California, right? But directly in front of me is the Bank of America, which you can see here. And that's in the corner there. And then beyond that, right behind it is that street that I came in on. And then you can actually access, if you were coming from over the freeway, like those cars there, kind of all the way to the right, they can turn in by that gas station there. And you have the AM/PM and the gas station. And then just past this car here that's going to move out of my way, that is the entrance to the Starbucks drive-through. And it kind of takes you all back around behind the building because the Starbucks is on the opposite end. And you've got the Juice It Up, and I know they partner with a lot of schools. You've got, that's one of those DMV stores where I think you can just go and update your basic things, like not things that you have to go into the DMV for, but if it's just, I think, updating registration and stuff like that. So we're going to loop back around. So there's the Dollar Tree. I will say, gosh, my daughter and my mother-in-law love going to Dollar Tree. They love going there. I don't know what it is, but they go and they come back with so many little trinkets. It's so funny. My youngest, she's actually, when I'm shooting this is in February of 2026. She's going to be 8 this month, my sweet girl. So she loves little trinkets and crafts, and she loves doing crafts and things. So you've got, like I said, the DMV Express store, you've got a nail place, you've got a UPS store, you've got a pizza place. I have not tried it, by the way. If you have, if you're watching this, you probably haven't, but I do want to try it. Our family loves pizza. And then you've got the Subway. I have used that Subway many times. And then you have the Starbucks. And that's all that there is on this chunk here. This Home Depot is newer. I mean, that sat as empty dirt for the longest time. So love that they put a Home Depot in there. So I'm crossing over, and you can kind of see in this drone shot that there's that path, that drive that goes through and comes around the back. And the freeway, the 215 freeway, is kind of to the right to give you some perspective. And then there's there's the Tractor Supply store, which we'll get to, but the buildings over there sat vacant for a long time too, and there was nothing there for the longest time. I was so hoping they'd put in like a Marshall's or another Home Goods. They put in a Ross. I don't know if you're a fan. I don't know. Are you a would you go to Marshall's and TJ Maxx, or would you go to Ross? Because I love Marshall's and TJ Maxx and Home Goods. I know they're all owned by the same company. Not a huge Ross fan, but I mean, it's a great place to get luggage, I guess. So we're going to pass by the Home Depot and loop back around, and then I'll bring you over and I'll show you the Tractor Supply company. Do you have Tractor Supply where you're at? Because it is becoming increasingly popular in our area, and they've got a lot there that's really handy. A lot of stuff for we have a lot of property out here. We have a lot of like ranch type property. We have a lot of people with horses and, acreage. And so a lot of the things that you need, you can get here. Also, you can get chickens in certain time of years, actually, and geese. I've seen geese there too. But I mean, they have all sorts of stuff that would be useful. And then there's the Ross right next to it. Not a huge fan, don't really care, never really go in there. But you might be really stoked that it's there. I don't know, drop a comment. Am I a jerk? I don't know, everybody has their preference, right? I am all for finding a deal though. I am such a deal finder. And then you have the Super Target. So, and it's got everything. It's got the groceries, it's got all the regular stuff, and it's a really easy Target to get in and out. Parking is always easy, and the staff have always been very friendly. And like I said, that was Daniel's very first job. Actually, he did that all the way up until when he got his real estate license and came and started working for me. And now all of our amazing clients get to meet him, and they all love him. And, he's fully licensed. So amazing, amazing man. He's also very good at video. In fact, all of the drone footage that you see is Daniel. So make sure to give him props. If you drop a comment, I'll show it to him. So let's go back down. You've got some neighborhoods to the right there. There's a couple of neighborhoods. There's some townhomes, and then there's also a little what they call a PUD, plan unit development, where they're single family detached, but it almost feels like a step up from a townhome because it is detached, but you have a teeny tiny yard, more like patio homes. But it is really a cute community, and they've got a pool and everything, and it's gated. And so I'm going to turn right. So on that street there where you can see the cars parked, I'm going to turn in there, and then I'm going to weave you in and show you what's in here. So that corner section was empty for the longest time. And then they built, all there is in this first little part is the preschool, which you don't really see when I'm driving through, but I'll show you in the drone here. So you've got the preschool. I think it's so cute. And then right across from the preschool, you've got the car wash. It's one of those, drive through, do your own vacuum deals. But you have the car wash there. I'm assuming they probably do a membership. Yep, there you go. Fast Pass members. So if you live in this area, this might be a good one to sign up for. There's another one on the other side, which you'll see when we go over to the other side of the 215. But let's leave this little section, and we're going to go back out to that side street. That side street, you can access the townhome community. And you can also, if we when we go left here, you can keep going, and that will take you out to, you'll see some apartments ahead, then there's another townhome community to the right, and you can turn left, and that will take you back out to Clinton Keith, actually at a traffic light that we're going to flip around at once we're finished in here. But here, so you've got like a car tire place for your oil changes and tires and all that kind of fun jazz, all your car stuff. And I'm not sure what they're putting there, but they're building another building there, which will have something else for you. I'm not sure what it is yet. And then just on the left here is Davida, which is one of those dialysis locations. And then you've got a couple of fast food places in this same little parking lot, which I will show you. So you've got directly in front of us, you can see the Jack in the Box. I'm going to kind of flip around and then just show you there's a couple of other little spots right here in this corner. So you've got the Jack in the Box, which has the drive-through, and then you've got the Jersey Mike's here. You're going to see here in just a second. So you've got the Jersey Mike subs, and then you've got the other little pizza place right next to it. There used to be another pizza place that went out of business. I haven't tried this one yet. The one that was there before was like a pizza by the slice, and honestly, I feel bad because it was locally owned, but it just wasn't good. So really sad that it didn't make it. I hate it when locally owned businesses don't make it. But I mean, I tried it a couple times. It just wasn't good pizza. So I feel really bad. So then you've got the Del Taco, and then we're going to go out there where that stop sign is. You can't turn left there. It has the median divide in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn right. So if in turning right, we're going the opposite direction from where we started, and I'm going to go up to that light and flip it and then bring you back over, and then we'll head over to the other side of the 215. Oh, and they're putting, you can see all that blue fencing there. They're putting more shops in there, and I noticed that they're putting in, what is it? It's something Brothers. It's a coffee shop chain that's getting really popular here. Gosh darn it, I can't remember what it's called, but I want to say, I think they're all drive-through. I know I've seen a couple down in Oceanside when we go down to the beach, but really, really popular, and they're starting to pop up here, so they're putting one in there. Gosh dang it. Oh, you're going to have to put a comment below, because I bet you know which one I'm talking about. It's like something Brothers, and they have blue as their color, and I want to say it maybe has like I don't know. I'm going crazy. Just laugh with me, okay? Humor me. That you're getting the real Catherine on these videos. I want you to know we will have a lot of fun when we are helping you find the right home and community. I will tell you that. And you know what's going to happen too is I'm going to be halfway through the next shopping center, and I'm going to totally remember what the name of that coffee shop is and randomly just have to input that. So we're going over the 215. If you were to get on the free, so there's the loop where the white truck just passed. That's the loop to go north on the 215. The access to go south on this side of the road was just before the bridge. But I'm going to take you now into the Vineyard. So on the right is Vista Murrieta High School. And then on the left is this huge shopping center called the Vineyard. And I will tell you, I think the high school kids are so stinking lucky that they have all this cool stuff right across the street from school. And plus, it probably makes it easier for parents to pick their kids up too, because they can have them meet over there. They can go get a snack with their friends or something like that and get picked up by the parentals. But yeah, so we're gonna loop in here. And this first section, there is another car wash place. I don't know if you've watched very many of my videos, but I have joked before. So you'll have like Murrieta talk and Temecula talk and stuff, and people are like, no more stinking car washes. You know what? You should not see any dirty cars on the street, right? So you've got Canes on the right. Oh my gosh. My kids are obsessed with Canes. Do your kids like Canes? I mean, it's okay. Honestly, I'm not like a big Chick-fil-A fan. I'm not a big Canes fan. I mean, it's okay. There's the car wash, by the way. But I'll tell you, my kids love it. Even the Texas toast at Canes or whatever, I'm like, meh, it's okay. I wouldn't pick it, but. And then just past the car wash, you've got the Starbucks there. Of course, it has the drive-through again at this location, which is so convenient if you just want to, especially with it being right by the freeway, if you live in this area and you want to grab a Starbucks and you just want to go through the drive-through really quick, you can grab it before getting on the freeway. And then over here, you've got a dentist, you've got the AT&T store, and you've got a Jamba Juice. So we're going to come out of, actually, I'll drive you past just so you can see, and then we'll go out of this section, then we'll go back over to the roundabout where we've got more on the other side. And directly in front of me here, that's the main entrance and exit to this whole vineyard. Like if you were to go get gas from Costco, I find the easiest thing to do is to go in there and just go all the way to the end and get gas. But, you know, there's different ways in and out, and definitely you want to pay attention to what time of day you're coming here, because if you can avoid coming around school pickup time when the kids are getting out of high school, I would try, just because it does get pretty congested over here. And honestly, like, I try not to hit up Costco on a weekend. If I can come during the week, it is so much easier. It does get pretty dang busy on Saturdays and Sundays. And by the way, this Costco is one of the ones where the pizza and everything is on the inside. So the roundabout there, we're going to go up, we're going to flip around, and I'm going to show you just a couple of things here up on the left-hand side. Then we're going to backtrack, and then we're actually going to go back again right where I'm heading, and I'll take you around the back of Costco to the gas station. So in this little section, again, they're building something there to the left. This is a Ramona Tire, another one of, the places where you can get tires and, all the car things. So you've got lots of choices of that. It's so funny. You don't really pay attention to these things, but in doing all of these driving tour videos for you guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's another one. So there's no shortage of tire places apparently. And then you've got the Chick-fil-A. I always say, be aware. I mean, if you go in that peak mealtime, you are going to have a line, but they do a good job in handling it. And then you've got a Verizon store. That's actually the one that I use. All of our cell phones are with Verizon, and that store is really easy to get in and out of. And then right next to the Verizon, you've got the Chipotle. And that's a great Chipotle. That's another place that I like to frequent. I like this Chipotle. And then I also will go to the one, if you watch the shopping tour where I showed you either side of the 15 freeway, I'll use that Chipotle as well. And then you've got the Chase Bank. So if you bank with Chase, then you've got a branch there. Nice big branch for you. And now we're going to go back around the roundabout, and I'm going to take you up this side of Costco. So to the left of those buildings, there is the 215 freeway. Behind me is Clinton Keith. And if we continue up, you can actually, I'm going to take you around the backside of Costco, but I'm going to show you can actually take that side road all the way up to Menifee, because we're really close to the Menifee border at this point. In fact, the homes that are right across from Vista Murrieta High School there, even though they are Murrieta address, they actually are Menifee schools. They don't go to that high school. It's an important thing to know when you're looking in this area. So yeah, so that's that access street that I was telling you about. But we're going to loop back in and come around the back side of the Costco, and I'll show you where the gas is. And actually, when I film this, I'm like, you know what? I'll get some gas and you'll be able to actually see what it's like pulling in. I'll tell you, I've never had a long wait here. I mean, Temecula is not too bad either. I would say Temecula's gas is busiest. This is second busiest, but most of the time I maybe have one car in front of me, which is really not bad. And then Lake Elsinore, if you happen to be in that area, that one is, gosh, I don't think I've ever waited. I've always pretty much just been able to pull in. But they have lots of lanes, and they have that, the same system where it shows, the little light if it's available or not, because it's hard to get a visual and actually see if it's open or not. So yeah, you saw I pulled up and it was not busy at all. So, and you've got some EV chargers there. So if you need to charge your car and you want to run over to Costco at the same time or something like that, then that is accessible to you. So, and you see those cars at the far right going up. That's what I meant. Like if you went in that main entrance, then you can just go all the way down, come in at the very back, and then loop in. I'll show you here in a second. We're going to leave how they're coming in so you can get a visual of the easiest way to access the gas. That way you're not trying to come in at that main light. But yeah, you just come in that road, go all the way to the end. It forces you to turn left, and then you come in at the same spot where I am actually leaving. And then you can loop right into the gas station. So super duper handy. There's one more section that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go out here, the main access to this whole Vineyard shopping center, and then we're going to end up at Clinton Keith. I'm going to turn left. The school is going to be on my right hand side, and then I'm going to take you in this. So see there on the left hand side, that last section, and there's some good stuff in there too. So, but yeah, the to the left. So across from us, like I said, is the high school. And then if you continue on, then you have, at the next light, it's Whitewood. And if you go left, there's some beautiful neighborhoods there behind the hospital. If you go right, that will take you down towards Los Alamos, which is the next freeway exit down the 215. And the Los Alamos is where you've got another In-N-Out there. You've got, that's important to know. You've got the main Murrieta post office hub. So when you're getting all set up with your mail and everything, that would be the post office that you would go to. And it's just down Whitewood. But let's go in this last section here. And you can see it's not a big shopping center. There's, some eateries and some basic needs here, and then an Aldi. Do you have Aldi in your area? I love Aldi. So I love doing a whole charcuterie spread, and Aldi is the best place to go to get stuff for that, for the meats and the cheeses. Because, if you go to Costco or Sam's Club, then you get like almost too much. And if you're just doing something for the family, I would rather have smaller amounts, but have a bigger variety of cheese. And Aldi, it has got so many yummy cheeses, and they're so affordable. So usually I'll hit up Trader Joe's, I'll hit up Aldi, and then I'll probably get something either from Sam's Club or Costco for the meats and such. So, but you've got the Aldi, you've got an AutoZone, which is I think like a Pep Boys type thing if you need to go in and get something for the car. And then that's another access point there just to the right of AutoZone. And then in this little section here, you've got Everbowl, which is like acai bowls, and an Alberto's taco shop, and then a Wingstop. I am not a fan of Wingstop. I love wings. We prefer Epic wings. I think the crisp on them is just awesome. And then you've got a few little things here. You've got a nail place. You've got a haircut place. Just a few little random things. I also have noticed in these driving tours how there are more smoke shops than I realized. Maybe again, because I just don't use it and I don't pay attention. But this has been fascinating to see things that I don't pay attention to. And then Blaze Pizza is, if you don't have that by you, that's one of those pizza places where it's almost like the Chipotle of pizza. You know, you pick what kind of sauce you want, and then you pick the toppings, and you kind of just make it almost like a Subway sandwich or whatever. And then they cook it up for you. So super fun. And then this section, so you saw the Ever Bowl there. There's also a little brow place and a little donut and bagel spot, which are on that same building that we already drove past. And then just a few more things in here. You've got another urgent care. I will tell you, we have a lot of urgent cares in this area. It's really nice to know. So if you got a kiddo that gets strep throat or something happens or whatever, you've got a place that you can run to that's local. Do check and see if they take kids though, because I know some of the urgent cares only do adults. And then the last thing there is the Farmer Boys. I showed you one of those on my driving tour in West Murrieta along Madison, and they've got some good grub. They've got good burgers, kind of your all-American fare, and they've got salads and French fries and onion rings and zucchini sticks and lots of yummy but fattening food. And that's it. So now we're back out to Clinton Keith. And like I said, if you go left, you'll hit Whitewood at the next light. You'll see the school there across the way. And then to the right is back access to the freeways. That was a look at the shopping centers along Clinton Keith Road, right at the 215 freeway. This is one of those places people naturally gravitate toward for bigger shopping trips. Whether it's Costco runs, Target pickups, Home Depot stops, or grabbing a meal, the freeway access makes this area incredibly convenient for multiple cities. If you're thinking about moving to Murrieta, Wildomar, or even Menifee, understanding where you'll shop for the everyday and the big stuff really matters. And this corridor plays a big role for a lot of residents. I'd love to know what stood out to you here. Comment below and tell me which stores you use most. I would love to be your guide for all things Temecula Valley. We'll see you on the next video.